What is the scariest planet in our solar system? Take a guess. You probably said Neptune, and honestly, fair enough, because it will kill you in about 15 different ways before you even finish that thought. Or maybe you said Venus, which is basically a self-cleaning oven set to 475 degrees Celsius. But before we just start throwing planets under the bus, we need to establish what actually makes a planet scary. To answer that, we need to understand fear itself. Fear is the emotion your brain fires off when it decides, hey, we are not safe here, leave, now! It's also the thing that ruins roller coasters, horror movies, and apparently my date nights. But scientifically speaking, a scary planet is simply one that is hostile to human life. And the scariest planet, the one that kills you the fastest and most brutal. After we know the factor of the scariness of a planet, let's get to rating all of the planets by scariness. Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun, and it's actually shrinking because of it, which is already a red flag. Now, without any real atmosphere, there's no protection from solar radiation, and temperatures swing between -180 degrees Celsius at night and 430 degrees Celsius during the day. If you showed up in a regular spacesuit, you'd be dead within minutes. But let's say you somehow have the ultimate astronaut suit. Infinite temperature resistance. The works. You'd still only survive about a week before your oxygen runs out, because Mercury has essentially no atmosphere to speak of. Scary? Yes. The scariest? Not quite. Venus, the hottest planet in the solar system. Not Mercury, despite being closer to the Sun, because Venus has a thick atmosphere packed with carbon dioxide that traps heat like a car parked in July. We're talking 475 degrees Celsius on the surface, all day, every day. That's hot enough to melt lead. Step onto Venus without protection, and you're not just dying. You're being simultaneously roasted, crushed by atmospheric pressure 90 times stronger than Earth's, and drenched in sulfuric acid rain. Venus doesn't kill you. Venus cooks you, squeezes you, then marinates you. Our home. Our beautiful, breathable, liquid water-having home. If this were a tier list, Earth would get its own special tier called the only acceptable option. We are literally built for this planet. Moving on. Mars is Earth's little sibling that went through a rough patch about 3.5 billion years ago and never really recovered. It lost its magnetic field, its atmosphere thinned out, and its liquid water vanished. It's cold, -60 degrees Celsius on average, has almost no oxygen, and the air pressure is less than 1% of Earth's. Step outside without a suit and you'd be unconscious in about 20 seconds and dead in 2 minutes. Still, out of all the other planets, it's the most realistic option for human survival one day. The biggest planet is joining in the ranking as our first gas giant. Let me present to you the biggest bird. Oops, I did it again. I meant planet in our solar system. With storms larger than our home and no ground whatsoever. When you're on this planet, you are just going to fall into eternal farts, dying slowly. I just love gas giants. Saturn gets points for the rings, genuinely stunning. But underneath that gorgeous exterior is another gas giant with no surface, brutal atmospheric pressure, and winds that can hit 1,800 kilometers per hour. Same deal as Jupiter. You fall, you get compressed, you die. The rings are pretty though, 10 out of 10 aesthetic, 0 out of 10 survivability. My personal favorite, just because of the name, Uranus is an ice giant with a truly bizarre axial tilt of 98 degrees, meaning it essentially rolls around the Sun on its side. Its atmosphere is made of hydrogen, helium, and methane, which gives it that beautiful cyan color. It's also around -224 degrees Celsius, making it the coldest planetary atmosphere in the solar system. If you landed there, which again you can't because it's also mostly gas, the pressure would crush you almost instantly. Uranus looks chill. Uranus is not chill. And here we are, the final boss. Neptune is the most distant planet in our solar system, and it is absolutely furious about it. We're talking winds up to 2,100 kilometers per hour and the fastest in the solar system. Its atmosphere is a chaotic mixture of hydrogen, helium, and methane, with temperatures dropping to minus 214 degrees Celsius. The atmospheric pressure would crush you instantly, and if somehow you were still alive, those winds would tear you apart. Oh, and it also rains diamonds there, which sounds cool until you realize you're being pelted by literal diamonds at supersonic speeds. Neptune isn't just deadly, Neptune is theatrical about it. So, what's the scariest planet? Neptune takes the crown. Venus gives it serious competition. Being slow-cooked in acid has its own horror. But between crushing pressure, diamond hail, and winds fast enough to outrun a commercial jet, Neptune wins. It's the Grim Reaper of our solar system, and it's wearing a very pretty blue coat. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. This is my first video, and I'd love to make more. See you next time.